Alright, I'm back. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't do a Let's Play last night. Or why I didn't upload anything. Or why you haven't heard from me. Well, it's simple. Like I said in the first part, it was my father's birthday. For some reason, I just felt the need to just take a night off. So, I had a lot on my mind, and I didn't really feel like doing any video games. So what did I do? I took that night off. Actually, during this night that happened, the area is quite different. Let's turn this down a bit. But anyway, as I was saying before, I really didn't do anything out of the ordinary. Actually, all I did was I went to McDonald's with my backpack and a whole lot of things I had to basically talk to myself about, per se. So, what I did was I spent an hour there at McDonald's, sitting at a table, writing nothing but what was on my mind. But there was a lot of things on my mind. I mean, November 10th was was my late father's birthday. There's not much about him I can really tell except that he was part of the Navy as well as the Army. So, when I say I'm a dragoon, yeah, you can pretty much say, yeah, take that to the bank. Because I am a soldier's son. Of course, you know, he was a pretty quiet man. You know, he was a good father, you know. Copyright infringement, Capcom? Really? We don't know it came from you? Anyway. All those stupid things. Well, I really can't blow them out. Okay, lovely. Anyway, about my father, yeah. While it may not look like I'm proving no challenge, this is quite a challenge for my fingers. And a test of my patience. It wears very deep. Your every duty finished? Oh man, Capcom, that's terrible. Yeah. Yeah, about my father, he was a very quiet man, didn't say much, and really, you know, he basically just let it be known, I don't take shit from nobody. He let that be known throughout his entire, throughout the life he he ever the life he led. He let that be known. I think that's why I respected my dad so much because there wasn't much I can pretty much say except that for a guy who really didn't say that much, he did what a man should do. Well, rather a husband should do. Take care of his family. So, I'd say he did a pretty damn good job of raising me. He told me the things I shouldn't know and the things I should know. Because the more I'm not supposed to know, the better. That much I can understand. So that was him, that was how it was. Of course, the only thing my dad didn't like about my mom was the fact that when she worked, she brought her work home with her. And I can pretty much understand. Of course, she worked late since she worked for the city a lot. They both worked for the city. They just worked in different areas. That's what I've come to believe. Of course, I mean they rarely had fights. And when I mean they rarely had fights, they rarely had fights. I mean, it's not like now, which there wasn't screaming. There wasn't dropping F-bombs like it's a natural occurrence now. No, it's more like, oh, well, blah blah this, blah blah that, blah 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 this, blah blah that. I mean, there's not much. There's not much that I can pretty much say was, the only thing he had was a drinking problem. I mean, he used to drink the hard stuff. When I was when I was about maybe 9 or 10 years old, I did some crazy things when I was a kid. The one thing I remember him getting real mad at me about, and I actually got a spanking for, was the fact that I somehow clawed a huge chunk of ham, and that's right, I said clawed. I clawed a huge chunk of ham, and it was so funny because he got pissed about it. He spanked my ass for it too, which I found, to this day, I find it funny. Even though back then he wasn't laughing, and I was screaming. So anyway, I think you're. Well, I think you know the rest of this. It goes in the loops. But anyway, I think that was the only only spanking I ever received from my father. The only thing, I mean, there were things that we never did together. But I can tell you, he did spend time with me. He did tell me the important things about what I'm not supposed to know compared to what I am supposed to know. I mean, there was a reason for everything. But in this case, you know, I I really don't fault him for what he did, nor the fact that he raised me the best he could before he passed away. Anyway, so that was one. That was a reason why I just didn't. That was a reason. That was enough reason why I didn't do a let's play last night because I just wasn't in the right mood. So anyway, I really haven't talked much about this game because, like I said, all you're doing is running gunning. But if you want, I'll tell you a bit about this game. In Japanese, it's called Senjo no Okami, aka Wolf of the Battlefield. Well, this wolf is howling, folks. He's going, oh! And he's not called Lupin either. So with that, you know, ain't much you can say here. Well, let's just say this was Let's Play in Perspective. Yeah, I'll just call it that. It's a Let's Play in Perspective. It's not really a Let's Play. It's not really telling you about how to play this game, what you're supposed to be careful of and whatnot. So with that, you know, I had to keep rushing. Why do I have to keep rushing? What's the damn point of rushing? So anyway, that was the reason why I just didn't do a Let's Play last night. I was not in the right mood. And on top of that, well, I was just in this, you know, straight up mood, you know. This I don't feel right mood. I mean, pretty much. Even I told my girlfriend about it. And she understood. She said happy birthday. Gave her a happy birthday. Yeah, yes, I know. I'm cheating, but you know what? I don't give a shit. Because like I said, it's a Let's Play in Perspective. So no hating. And no hazing either. Anyway. Yeah, this is my top score so far. You like what I've done with it? So with that, I think this will do for this Let's Play in Perspective of Commando. I probably have more to tell you, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it for another LP I'm about to do. So with that, I've been Pookie87, the underdog of the underrated. I'm finishing this son of a bitch up really fast because I don't really give a damn. So with that, My tour duty is finished. And I am done. So with that, I'll see you next Let's Play in a while.